Good morning, folks. Now we are in the day 8 of learning React from scratch. And in yesterday's stream, we were stuck in this issue. So what we were doing is that we have to click on this button, checkbox, that the places we have visited. So let's say if I have visited, let's say Singapore, then the strike through is perfectly fine. But when I'm clicking on Asia, so what should happen is that everything should be by default checked. So that is the feature, or you can say functionality we are trying to achieve. So yeah, let's get into it. Uh, where were we? In my app, just file. So here I have a place tree and a component called travel plan, and in my travel plan I have set it the plan and set plan initial plan from the data, and I have a function called handle complete that every place with the plan ID, then every place is visited. If it's not visited, then set the ID. Okay, uh, so let's remove the comment console from here. We will look back into it when needed. So if I click on Earth, then everything should be checked. If I click on Moon, then everything should be checked. So, uh, so the logic is that if the parent ID is checked, then all the child ID of that parent should be checked as well. And how can I achieve that? Handle complete, place, plan ID, and in my place tree, I'm passing key, a unique value, ID, place by ID, and on complete handle complete function. So, uh, if the parent ID is then child ID should be checked. This is my strike through place dot visited. Check typing the checkbox when I click. So on complete, I'm passing on complete function, and on complete event is coming from this handle complete. So I have to work in this handle complete itself, in which I have to update the logic to do update the logic. So when parent ID is checked, then all the child IDs should be checked as well. So how can I be able to achieve this? Let's say mm, I have uh so this is my plan. This is my set plan. how I'm getting the place. In parent ID, there is no parent ID anymore, right? Yep. So, so, um, suppose I do have one parent, and that parent is plants. But first, let me console log plant, and based on that, I can decide on that. So this is my plan, and the zeroth ID is the root, and it has a child ID. So let's move this to parent. Now what? Let's say in my parent, I have child ID like this. So so parent ID is this plan ID. So I think mm, all I have to do, if it's has a child ID, then it should also be checked inside this function. Here, let me have the console of place and see what kind of data I'm getting. If I click on, let's say India, then I'm getting the child IDs, empty null, like add empty array, and ID title India, and visited false. Wait. If I click on China, then I'm not getting that. Okay. Mm, because I did add visited false here. So so uh, mm, let's quickly add through all of them. Like this is so much to do, work to do. So what I will do is update place, and if place dot child IDs, if place contains any kind of child ID, const with CLG place, and if that contain child IDs, place dot child IDs, right? So update ID as well. Now let's see if I click on Richa Moon. So what exactly should happen if I click on Moon? Then all the child IDs should be checked as well. So set plan and updated place. But in my place, a shallow copy, I'm already getting child IDs. Then I don't think I need to define it like this. So what I can do is, hmm, this ID, setting the IDs to updated place. Okay, I am out of idea, so let's ask ChatGPT. So currently, what's happening is that if I click on any destination, then it's checked and seen as strike through. But if I want to if I click on destination which have many child IDs, then if I click if then click on destination or ID which has many child IDs, then it should be checked, and then the child ID's destiny should also be checked as well. How can I achieve this feature? So let's say now you are entering the traversal plus recursive state update territory. This is real engineering stuff. File explorer, permission system, nested checkbox, same core idea. Your UI is recursive. Yep, this is how it's done. So your state update logic also needs to become recursive. Right now you are only updating plan.id. So it was in handle complete after all. I'm only updating this plan.id, this one, plan ID. So, but now you want to update this node and all descendant as well. This means walk the entire subtree. Maintain mode when clicking on earth, you want everything mark visited. This is recursive problem. The real solution is that you need a helper function that takes an ID, marks it visited, then recursively marks all children visited. So it wasn't that I need to update it, update place and children. Inside travel plan, inside travel plan, update place and children, plan ID visited, uh, plan ID visited, plan clone current place with updated visited state. Inside travel plan, I have to put this. Let's put this directly. Let's see this one. So update place and children, current clone current place with updated visited state. Mm, update place and children inside there. Let's say if I remove this, then I remove this. When I click on there, okay, it's working. So, let's put side by side. So currently, I'm doing this, updating my plan. Then in my update place, I have a place, and this is visited. If a place dot visited to, then make it false. But let's say if I just do this, I am here removing this, only visited, and it says visited is not defined. Then in my Start building updated plan. Let update plan plan. Okay, so I'm passing this directly here plan ID and visit date. Let update plan. Do this. Parse the plan ID. Wait the place. So MID recursively update children place dot charity and 4H. This plan return updated plan. So what it did is that it created a new variable plan and it is going through the child IDs update plan and make it visited. So here I can say this, right? Now let's see if it's working or not. Cannot publish of undefined reading child IDs. Update is on change on the 19. Yeah. Did the current cost visited will class design true false step C object plan full step to use it inside handle complete. So I have to create another this one and they say that I can use this inside my handle complete function id here on this card update plan update const plan say copy this change into this update plan update place and zero set updated plan. I'm passing plan id this why this is alien. You click handler become tiny all complex logic is isolated. So full final version will be let's see if it's working or not right now. When I click on this mode and when I click on this, okay, so it's working. So when I can click on Oceania, everything will be clear. Okay, so let's remove the inconsistent logs and let's go through everything one by one. So let's see. Mm, we have created another function that update place in the child IDs. So I have a plan ID, set plan, initial travel plan, mm, and in that plan we have IDs and we check visited or not. So we extract the IDs and place it in the place variable, then clone the current place, updated place and check visited. Then we start building updated plan for that place. Then we recursively use place.child IDs for each child ID. Updated plan should be updated place and children. We pass updated plan, child ID visited, and we return updated plan. And in my handle complete, we change updated plan, place and children, and I pass plan ID, this one, and set plan to updated plan. Just the core logic is that I have to create a new function. Okay, more. Okay, so I think that's take care of our yesterday's problem. Let's see, improving memory usage. I don't know how to do that. So let's quickly recap through what we were done. If two state variable always update together, consider merging them into one. Choose your state variable carefully to avoid creating impossible states. Structure your this is blah blah. So let's quickly go into the challenge and see what we can do. So say challenge one. For fix a component that's not updating. Let's say so it's not updating. Okay. This clock component receives two props, color and time. So let's see if I do color and time, all I have to do is bring the color and here color and here my time. Color has already been declared. I see it, so that's why. Let's reload this again. When you select a different color in the select box, the clock component receives a different color prop from its parent component. However, for some reason, the displayed color doesn't update. Style color, set color to inside it. Let's see. Uh, we do have some console. We do optimize color to color. This is not working either. Let's load it again and clear this. Yeah, clear this for me. H1 style color prop stop time. Clock props. Prop short initial color. Let's see if I don't pass this. 0, flow, slur. Mm, actual style, color. Do I have to do like this? Okay, so it was that simple. So I'm not properly passing the prompts here. The issue is that component has color state initialized with the initial value of the color prop, but when the color prop changes, this does not affect the state variable. So they get out of sync. To fix this issue, remove the state variable altogether and use color prop directly. So why did it work? They removed it. This packing list has a footer that shows how many items are packed and how many items there are overall. It seems to work at first, but it is buggy. For example, if you mark an item as packed and then delete it, the counter will not be updated correctly. Fix the counter so that it's always correct. So let's see, delete. And if we do auto to packed, let's see this add, and I say delete. For example, if you mark an item as packed and then delete it, the counter will not be updated correctly. Handle change item, handle delete item. Mm, Mark an item as packed and then delete it. The counter will not be updated. Okay. Packed state starting from 0. If I start 0. Okay. 1. What? Yes, that was not the case. Initial items are this 0, 1, 2, home sockets, this, and packing list choices, add item, travel plan, items, initial items are passed. State 3 is set total, oh sorry, function handle item title set total to total plus 1. If I click on this, then component count the counter. If I okay, so now if I click on delete, then the counter should be 0 out of 2. set total to total minus 1 and set items. The is not in item ID. So handle change item, set pack to pack plus 1, item mapped, set items. But the counter is not going down. Packed out of after deletion. Item filter. Let's see, packed as, yeah. Give me, is any state in the example redundant? Let's see state total. No, that is not the case either. Mm, Not packed, set packed to. Let me see the ID first. Oh, I got the ID. If item ID which is 0, packed, we can set packed to. mm, Set packed to. Is that gonna do the job? Let's see if I click. And then again, this one, if I click, 0 out of 3 packed. 0 out of, this is also should be, let's say, reload, 0 out of 2 pack. Okay, done. So I wasn't handling the set packed here. Packed minus. Let's see the solution. So in my handle, delete. What? That do the job? Really? Let's see. Uh, let's clear this. And in handle delete, set total, they just remove this. And if I, but I mean, Then what is the change? Although you could carefully change each event handler to update the total and packed counters correctly, the root problem is that these state variables exist at all. They are redundant because you can always calculate the number of items packed or total from the items array itself. Remove the redundant state to fix the bug. So I just removed everything like this. So if I click to, then all they are doing calculating it from that array itself. Set packed. So basically, this is what they did. They just cleared it, and set it. House total is equal to items dot length. Packed is equal to items dot filter. Item dot packed dot length. What is that? Total is equal to items dot length. Dot packed is equal to dot filter dot length. So this solved their job. Handle change item. So now they are only setting the set items. Okay, let's load it again. One out of two. Okay, okay. This was good. Let's go on to the next challenge. There is a list of letters in state. When you hover over or focus a particular letter, it gets highlighted. The currently highlighted letter is stored in the highlighted letter state variable. You can star and unstar individual letters, which updates the letters array in state. This code works, but there is a minor UI glitch. When you press star or unstar, the highlighting disappears for a moment. However, it reappears as soon as you move your pointer or switch to another letter with keyboard. Why is this happening? Fix it so the highlighting doesn't disappear after the button clicks. There is a list of letters in state. So when I click on star, the highlighting disappears. And when I move away, let's see. So when I click on star, so that means on the click, something is happening. On over is highlighted. On toggle star, handle star, set letters. So that is not the case. Over is version 5, but when I click set highlighted current to the letter handle or handle over handle star, start, set letters. I don't know. Damn it. And well, let's close this and look into where we were. So we were working on this initially because then we moved on to like going through the official React documentation, choosing the state. Now we are coming into handling arrays. Let's add a piece of state to our application containing an array all clicks that remembers every click that has occurred in the application. Let's go back to where things were. Copy and import use state from React and export default app. Okay, so export. Anyway, let's see left, right, left, right, left, right, 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 right. Okay, so what it's trying to say is, let's look at the code first. I has a left variable, right variable, starting with initial 0, all clicks, set all, use state. In my handle left click, I am using all clicks dot concate with L and set left to just left plus 1. And in here I am joining all that with space. Okay, called all clicks as an empty array. When the left button is clicked, we add the letter L to the all clicks array. Start concat L. The piece of state, let's see if I console all clicks, then what should happen? Currently it is empty. L. So basically it is pushing to that. Is now set to be array that contains all of the items of the previous state array plus the letter L. Adding the new item to the array is accomplished with the concat method, which does not mutate the existing array but rather returns a new copy of the array with the item added to it. As mentioned previously, it's also possible in JavaScript to add items to an array with the push method. If we add the item by pushing to the conflicts array and then updating the state, the application would still appear to work. However, don't do this. As mentioned with the state of React components, like conflicts must not be mutated directly. Even if mutating state appears to work in some cases, it can lead to problems that are very hard to debug. Let's take a closer look at how the clicking is rendered to the page. We call the join method on the all clicks array that joins all the items into a single string. separated by the string passed as the function parameter, which in our case is an empty space. Update of the state is asynchronous. Let's expand the application so that it keeps track of the total number of button presses in the state total, whose value is always updated when the buttons are pressed. Okay. Mm, that's right. How many totals they have like put it? Let's see. I click here. What I'm gonna do is read start with 0, and all I have to do is set total to total plus 1. Here set total plus 1, and after that p total to total. Let's see if it's working or not. Okay, so I did it. The total number of button presses is consistently one less than the actual amount of presses for some reason. Let's see. So they have used left and right. Let us add couple of console log statement to the event handler. Left before, left after. Even though a new value was set for left by calling left plus 1, the old value persists despite the update. As a result, the attempt to count button presses produce a result that is too small. The reason for this is that a state update in React happens asynchronously, and that is not immediately but at some point. After the current component function is finished, before the component is rendered again. We can fix this app as follows. In the handle left click, set left, updated left, and now the number of button presses is definitely based on the correct number of left button presses. We can also handle as an update for the right button. And what I did is that the initial value of 0. So when handle left click, add to 1. Isn't this one of the efficient way to handle that case? Conditional rendering. Let's modify our application so that the rendering of the clicking history. Wait. First, let me close this out. Say the synchronous update of component. Now let's modify our application so that the rendering of the clicking history is handled by a new history component. So in history we have this. Let's copy this. Okay. Now I will put this here. So let's see what we got in history component. We have a props. All clicks dot length is equal to 0. The app is used by pressing the button. Red button presses history all clicks. And in my history, I am all clicks to passing this as history component. And what I'm passing is all clicks Now the behavior of the component depends on whether or not any buttons have been clicked. If not, meaning that the all clicks array is empty, the component renders a div element with some instruction instead. Okay, so conditional rendering. Okay, so if all clicks is 0, all clicks length is 1, then return render this UI, and if not, then render this UI. I see. So that is what it means by conditional rendering. This is neat. Now the behavior component and all other components with this. The history component renders completely different. Let's see. Since I have worked on this, hmm, the history component renders completely different React elements depending on the state of the application. That is called conditional rendering. React also offers many other ways of doing this. Conditional rendering, we will take a closer look at it in this part too. Let's make one last modification to our application by refactoring it to use the button component that we defined earlier on click text. Button click on click text. Okay, I think this is good. So, folks, I'm ending the stream here. Let's continue from old React as tomorrow. Oh, okay. Happy coding. Peace.